Hi Pisces, it's me Camila Rose and welcome to my channel. We are doing your 2024 love and money readings. We are looking at the singles and we're looking at couples and we're looking at your overall money story. If you'd like to see what's happening for you in general in 2024, that video is already up. It's the video right before this one. So go ahead and check that one out and come right back here for all the nice nitty-gritty details. And you can also remember to hit subscribe because you know you'll be back for more. Let's get started. Ooh, okay, singles. Rockin' and rollin'. Singles. You have some choices. This year will be a year of you trying to figure out what it is you want. You have the Seven of Cups is a card about dreams and fantasies. You have all these different options available to you, and it's really about making a choice about which one you want to go after or several of them that you like to have, and then putting those dreams into action. We start off with the King of Pentacles, so there may be an earth sign that's in your realm, lurking around, that you're talking to, that you're dating, something like that. Oh my goodness, so many pentacles. This individual might want to make an investment with you, might want to give you, as they like to call it, the soft life. Or you might just be feeling pretty good, pretty secure, pretty stable about where everything is going. Here's the thing though, we lean into now like a little bit of an imbalance as far as power goes. So if this is a person who maybe is more financially stable, if this is a person who is more maybe further along in their career or something like that, if there's some if there's some unequalness in where you all are power-wise, and although like you're living great and you know this person is supporting you in that, if there's a little bit of inequality, you might be wanting to balance that out. You might be thinking that either you're doing too much or you're having to ask for too much from them. Let's see what we get. What else for Pisces singles? Yeah, you might be carrying a lot of responsibilities, a heavy load, putting in a lot of work. Let's see. And like needing to find the strength and the courage to perhaps say that like, I don't know if this is really worth the investments, this is really worth all of this, if I'm really being seen. Follow your instincts, listen to your inner guide. Make your decision based off of that. If you're carrying too much of the load, whether that is maybe you're carrying all the emotional work or you just are not feeling satisfied in this connection, you know, follow your instincts. There is a new cycle that's starting for you. And this new cycle is going to come from you taking some time to reflect, going within, reflecting, spending some time getting some wisdom. What else for our Pisces single? Oof, the Devil card, the Fool. Okay. Devil card is indicating that, sorry, let me leave it that way. Devil card is indicating that this might be a pattern for you and this might be an unhealthy attachment that you end up finding yourself in. We notice that the Devil card is actually right below this Six of Pentacles. So like this imbalance in power dynamics may be something that you end up finding yourself in quite a bit. And maybe it's time for you to no longer be the fool. Maybe it's time for you to no longer just take the leap and go with it. Maybe it's time for you to really think things through and create a plan and be strategic and intentional in what it is that you decide to move forward and do. We got the Emperor. You may need to get that structure, or you may need to, there may be a fire sign that comes up for you. We then get the Nine of Wands. You may need to be standing in and becoming the Emperor, or there may be an Emperor coming in. So we do have, and this might be a Capricorn. Again, this might be a Capricorn who you're having these moments with. The Devil card is also Earth energy. And you may need to be jumping into this fire energy. Maybe you need to be asking for structure, asking for stability, asking for support. You're tired, you're worn out from carrying the load of moving forward in this connection or moving forward in your life in this way, and you need assistance. Let's get your outcome card. Yeah, you're going to be going within. You're going to be getting really clear on what it is that you want. You're going to be doing a lot of introspective, like self-reflection. One more outcome card for King of Cups. And you may be finding that maybe you just need to find someone who's a little bit more emotionally available. Maybe as you're going through these cups and maybe you have all these different people coming in and leaving you offers, I definitely think there's a lot of earth sign energy here. So if your partner has a lot of earth sign energy, or maybe you're desiring someone who has a lot of earth sign energy, there's a lot of interactions going on here with that type of energy. And you might be popping up as like a more fiery individual, the more creative side of things, that kind of stuff, the more passionate side of things. King of Pentacles, earth sign. The Hermit is Virgo. The Devil is Capricorn. The Emperor is the only one who's fiery. That's Aries. That's Mars energy. And then King of Cups is the water sign. So like it might be that you maybe need more of that passion, more of that structure, more of that support, and more of that emotional availability. But in a space where you're exploring the Seven of Cups, that's all about making your dreams into a reality, you may be just testing out which one is actually a better fit for you, and then deciding as you go along, like which of these qualities you actually want, which of these qualities actually work for you, what's creating unhealthy patterns for you in your life, giving you a lot of stress, a lot of work, a lot of just like a heavy load to carry. It's a lot of work to make these things function, to move forward in these connections. And like, is that the life you want to have? Because it seems like you really do enjoy some of this Nine of Pentacles. Like you enjoy being able to relax in your garden with the fruits of your labors that have grown and sprouted and flourished, But if every time you go in to make this investment, you find out that it's actually unequal, and you end up having to do all the work to make this happen, and to make this connection, that you need to like be strong, follow your instincts, allow a new cycle to happen, go within, get clear on what might be unhealthy attachments, maybe some shadow work that you need to do. Why you might want someone who's supporting you and carrying and doing all of the like material world things, and maybe you need to step back into your power. Maybe you, instead of just leaping in because it sounds good, you need to take your time, be more strategic, get a plan, figure stuff out, go for someone who also wants to work on the relationship. And yes, it's a lot of work and it might tire you out, but it might bring you to a better connection with yourself, and a better, more emotionally available partner. So I think you might be dating around a lot. I think you might be in just like one relationship. You might be in a couple of relationships. You're really like testing out those different cups, okay? So go within, be honest with yourself, be very honest with yourself. Look at your unhealthy attachments. Look at your ways that you are connecting and how you deal with relationships. Be very honest about what's happening in those spaces, okay? And that'll bring you to the actual healthy connections that will work for you, all right? Dreams coming true. All right, let's look at your couples, Pisces couples. What's going on? Ooh, y'all are weighing out some options. Y'all are weighing out, okay. Y'all are weighing out options, you're weighing out connections. It's a fun situation. Ooh, you've gotten the World. It's showing up pretty early. So you maybe just be trying to decide like where it is you want to go next. You have the Justice card. You maybe just be trying to decide what you want to do next, since things have worked out. Since you've advanced, since like your life is heading in a pretty good direction, where do you want to go next? What do you want to do? Where do you want to explore? How do you balance things out? What else is going on with our couple? You may be looking to a new emotional connection, a new emotional offer coming in. Maybe you want to rekindle things. Oh yeah. Oh, stuff is spicy. Okay. There's two ways I can read this. I'm going to read the positive reading first, and then I'm going to read the other reading next. But yeah, it's definitely giving, like, you need to balance things out. There's an emotional offer coming in. If there's some past hurts, you might be a little focused on that, but like they're coming in strong. Partner is coming in strong. You're coming in strong. You're like, take this freaking cup. Like, let's go. You take the cup, you get a lot more balance. You get a lot more caring and loving and well-being. Like, it just ends up being a much better connection. So like, freaking take the cup, okay? What else do we get for our couples? Balance, heart, and mind. Again, though, there's a lot of this like, okay, well, now that everything is great, what do we do now? You seem a little restless for my Pisces couples. Pisces couples are giving a little restless. Oof. Yeah, because there's a hurt here. There's a hurt here. There's a lesson that needed to be learned in order to like manifest your reality. Tell me about this Three of Swords. Tell me about this Three of Swords. Yeah, a hurt here, a lesson to be learned about what it means to actually have what it is you want and what it is you desire, to actually get that happy home. More about this celebration, all of that fun stuff. Okay, let me read. So that's the positive reading. It's like a coming together, working things out, finding balance, getting back to love, still feeling a little bored, some hurt and some pain from some betrayal that may have happened, and figuring out how to make your manifestations, your desires real and bring those into real life. That's the positive one. Let's read the other one. So, you may be juggling investments. You may have other people who are in your relationship. Whether this is an open relationship or whether you're stepping outside of the relationship, I don't really know. But you may be trying to juggle your time and your investments. The World card, especially when it comes out in the beginning, it can indicate that like, oh, you've reached the culmination of everything you wanted. But especially when it comes out in the beginning of the reading, it can indicate feeling trapped. So you might have felt trapped in this connection. You might have felt trapped in this relationship. And you're trying to get justice because things feel so imbalanced. There was just, maybe you just weren't getting what you were desiring. I don't really know. So you maybe accept some new offers for some people who are not in this relationship because you're hurt from the past, right? And so you run into this. It's probably very immature, very fast, very just like in the moment. But you're like, great, a new cup, a new opportunity. Let me go with that. You feel pretty good about things for a while. You feel like your heart and your mind are getting, taken care of and are now on track. You want to do some exploring. You're stepping out again. You may be taking trips with this other person or trying to balance out having, more than one person in your relationship if you're monogamous. If you're not monogamous, this could just be a new adventure with a new person. But if you are monogamous, this could be you trying to balance out all these different things. We are getting the Three of Swords, which can at surface level be heartbreak, breakup card. There may be an ending of this connection coming. One of these pentacles needs to get dropped, right? You need to pick one of these. One of these wands wants to get picked. You need to figure out where you're going in the world, right? And balance all this stuff out. And that could be something that maybe you let go of the extra person or the stepping outside that brings you more of this 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, happy home, happy marriage, celebration. Maybe like it's happy because you finally like made the decision and chose your partner or chose this new direction, whatever it is, and that you were able to actually manifest your desires and make them real. Either way, it's definitely giving. There's a lot of emotional work that needs to happen here and a lot of being open to emotional connections that needs to happen here, to renewal, restart, refilling each other's cups, having an adventure, stepping outside of the box, maybe doing some things that are unconventional that you're not used to doing. But in order to do that, you need to heal whatever this hurt is that's happened, this betrayal that might have happened, this hurt that you've experienced that's happened, in order to get to the healthier, better space. Okay, let's get an outcome card for the couples, Pisces couples. Yeah, you're still left with a decision. You're still left with a decision. What's the decision about? Secrets that come to light. I don't want to take those. What's the secrets that's coming to light? A new beginning. Needing a new beginning. You need it. This needs a new beginning. It's regardless of where you are in things, this needs a new beginning and a new adventure. You need to get the excitement back. You need to get the excitement back. And maybe it is just that like you're both so in tune with what's going on with your like manifestations of what you desire, that you've lost some of the passion in the relationship, you've lost some of the emotional connection in the relationship, there's been a neglect because you've been balancing all these worldly responsibilities, and it's just like feeling left out, feeling like you're not being taken care of, your heart isn't being taken care of, and maybe you're trying and you move forward and you give it a chance and it's like okay, and then you feel better and then you feel balanced, but then it's like dang, what next? And then it keeps going back to like this hurt. How do you let go of this hurt? How do you move forward from this hurt? And you're going to have to make a decision to face the shadows of what's going on in this relationship to allow a new beginning. The new beginning will not come until you face the shadows. And that's all there is to it. There's even from the beginning, there was like this underlying like something has happened that hurt someone in this relationship, and instead of dealing and facing that hurt, that trauma, that sadness, whatever it is, it's kind of been like, maybe we can just cover it up with love. That doesn't work. The only way you're going to be able to actually get a new start, re-jump things, get back onto track, if that's the desire that you have and you don't want to break up and leave, is that you have to face these shadows head on. You have to face the hurt head on. You have to open up, be clear, be vulnerable, and that's going to give you a new beginning, okay? So that's it for my couples and my singles. Go with it though. For the couples, I have no doubt that like things are actually going pretty great, and that you can maintain this if it's in a good space and there is a lot of celebration and things like that. It's just saying like what your needs are. Saying what your needs are and making sure that that's happening, and that like you all aren't making so many real world financial commitments that you don't have the space to like commit to each other in the way that you would like to. Set that time aside. Set that time aside. What is the shadow that drives you all as a couple to feel like you have to prioritize your financial and material well-being over the emotional well-being of your relationship? That's a scarcity mindset. It's a scarcity mindset that you have to choose work over love instead of saying we need to balance these things out, okay? All right. Let's get to your money story, because obviously there's a lot going on with your finances. So let's get to your money story. Five of Swords is your first card out. Five of Swords is our first card out about our money story in 2024. We have a Three of Wands. You do want to move on from something. You're needing to set better boundaries. There's a conflict that's going on. It's giving there's an internal conflict and an external conflict. You're trying to protect yourself and keep your guard up. And there's people outside of you who are like, they're not feeling like they're coming out on top. They may be a bit defensive. They're feeling maybe a bit defeated. You're definitely wanting to move forward from this situation. You've kind of turned your back on things and you're like, where else can I go with this? You're feeling pretty strong and you're like, let me speak up. Let me set boundaries. Like I said, this is from your general reading. You are a plethora of good ideas, of creation, of creation energy. You're always going to have a new project, a new passion, a new thing to create that will be successful, that will bring in wealth and prosperity and all that wonderful fun stuff. You know, you just need to figure out who you need to be aligning with in order to make that happen. A Knight of Swords, things might be moving slow on this new project. It might be taking a while for it to kind of grow, especially if there's still conversations happening about what was going on prior. King of Pentacles, there may be some earth sign energy that you need to tap into, whether that's an earth sign helping you out or whether that's you moving into that more grounded, slow energy, slow time, slow investments, things like that. There is still this whole idea though, there's a moving forward energy here. Like you want to move on. This conflict, you're over it. You don't want to be there anymore. You want to move on. You want to explore new horizons. You are like, I need to make a choice and just get out of this space. What else do we get for the money story? Pisces money story 2024. Pisces money story 2024. You want to be seen. You want to be acknowledged for your, and the sun was your main card for 2024. you are really looking to get recognized for your talents, for your strengths, for what you bring to the table, for what you provide for others, like all of the hard work that you're doing, and you want to move into a space where that happens. Like, that's your goal. And so you're juggling. You're juggling, trying to decide which route to take, which way to go. What do you actually invest in? You're tired and worn out from how hard you have to push to get these things done, to how much you have to like defend yourself and end up in these kind of back and forth situations. You're tired for how slow things are moving sometimes, and you really need to maybe take a step back, and you need to get that clarity. You need to change your perspective. You need to look for a little bit of enlightenment and allow this to move forward in this slow manner that it is, so that you can see what your next step is. You make a choice. And you choose the one that gives you the empowerment. You choose the one where you recognize that, like, you don't need to rely on anybody outside of yourself. You need to be able to use your own skill, your own wits, your own abilities, and move forward from there. That's what brings you happiness. That's what gets you into a better space. And that's what allows you to create the legacy that you want to live. What's the outcome card? What's the outcome card? Woo. And then left out in the cold. Goodness me. 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay, well, what happened? What happened that got us there? Oh, you took on too much responsibility. Yep, it's tail as old as time. Tail as old as time for Pisces. All right, Pisces, I'm going to give you your standard discussion that I always give Pisces, which is you cannot do everything on your own. You may want to take, and like I said, you need to find the route that sees you. You need to find the route that, you know, you're invited in, that you're recognized for what you do. You need to make sure it's a supportive environment. It will make you happy. It will allow you to create legacy. But if you keep investing in situations with people who are not of equal investment opportunities, if they're not in equal standing, they're not going to work as hard. They're not going to put as much into it. They're not going to stay as late. They're not going to do whatever they need to do in order for this to be successful. And then you end up out in the cold. You end up left outside, needing help and trying to make this work, and then it not working, and you feeling overwhelmed, and like you have to pick up all the pieces, and you're the thing that like keeps pushing. That's how you keep ending up in this 9 of Wands situation, and you keep ending up in this juggling situation. You keep ending up in this having to go back and like change your perspective and find a new route, and then like get back to your power, and then you find happiness, and you find legacy, and then you find yourself outside in the cold all over again. Like, it is this cycle that has to get broken. It's this situation that has to change. How do we change this? How do we change this cycle? How do we change this cycle of 5 of Pentacles? How do we change the 5 of Pentacles cycle? How do we change 5 of Pentacles? It's this one. It definitely wants to come out. Justice and death. You're going to have to tap into whatever Libra energy you can possibly have, whatever that Queen of Swords is that you tap into every now and then when you get fed up, and you need to carry that with you throughout this entire experience. You need to carry this justice energy throughout the entire experience. Everything, especially legally, must be balanced. It must be in harmony. If it isn't in harmony, it must end. Do not sign the contract. Do not partner with them. Do not go into that job. Do not make that connection. If it is not in balance, if it is not for justice, if it is not in alignment with your moral and your value and all your other compasses, do not do it. Cut it. Clear it out. End it. Move along. There will be another opportunity that comes up, and this other person will find another opportunity that works for them. They'll find a better connection, and it will keep you from ending up in this space over here. This 5 of Pentacles comes from when you're out here weighing the options, trying to figure out what your path you're going to take, trying to figure out your next route, trying to change your perspective. This Five of Pentacles comes from when you're doing that, instead of you leaning into justice energy, instead of leaning into Libra energy, which is like, it has to be fair. I have to be at peace. Your mind needs to be at peace. Your heart needs to be at peace. You need to be able to breathe. It needs to make sense. It needs to be something that speaks to your heart. You know, that's Libra energy. Libras can weigh out those scales and think of Mayat, right? In Egyptian mythology. You take your heart out and you weigh your heart against a feather. And if when you're trying to make these decisions and you take your heart and you sit there with it and you try to weigh this decision against your heart, and if it doesn't balance out, why would you move forward in it? Why would you do it anyway? You think it'll bring you money? You think it'll bring you, I don't know, recognition? You think it'll bring you joy and happiness? But when you weigh it out, it's already unequal. Why would you sign up for that? Why would you do that? You're going to end up right back here. No, you weigh it out first. You have clear discussions. You have contracts and you sign the contracts. But here's the thing. You cannot rely upon contracts to make people act the way they should act. That has to come from their internal moral compass. And you need to be able to improve your ability to weigh people's inner moral compass. And part of that is you have to slow down. There's a reason why you run into hiccups. There's a reason why communication ends up being slow. There's a reason why things take so long. And part of that is because you need time to reevaluate this. You need time to keep thinking this through. You need time to keep weighing these scales, because something is probably awry. Something is not right. Something is out of balance. And you need that time to be able to see that, because this is not a skill that you have. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Your ability to be able to judge people's character and your ability to be able to see that they're going to follow through and not leave you out in the cold is not a skill that you have. It is shown up in every single one of your readings. You don't have that skill. You need to practice that habit and build that skill. And that is why things move so slow for you. And every time they're moving slow and every time you're offered this choice, you have to choose the one that will actually bring you balance, not the one that feels right or the one that makes the most logical sense, the one that will actually bring balance. It balances out your heart and your mind. You feel that twinge in your tummy, you feel that heart flutter, you know, if it's a real heart flutter, you know, go to the doctor. But if you feel that doubt in your heart somewhere, listen to that. That's your instincts. You didn't get the strength card this time, but you got in the strength card, and like all your other ones, listen to your instincts that are telling you this is probably not the best. This is not the way to go. And when you feel that, listen to it, believe it, follow it. And the minute that you feel like you're being left out in the cold, cut it. Cut it. Say, oh, actually, you know what? It doesn't seem like this is working out. I'm so sorry. Like, maybe we can look at doing this instead, or maybe we can look at doing that instead, or maybe, you know, I'm going to take the fall and maybe appear flighty here. Queen of Swords, Justice card, Libra. Libras always are getting known for being unreliable, flighty. They change their mind at a drop of a dime. Yeah, you know why they do that? I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra sun. I'll say that. You know why we do that? Because we realize, oh, this ain't going to work. This is going to be a mess. And the minute we realize that, we're out. And so people take it as us being the ones that are, you know, unreliable. But no, we're reading the room. We're picking up the energy. We're weighing the scales. And the minute we even catch a hint that we're going to be left in this situation, we're out the door. We're not going to waste our time. We're not going to waste an investment. We recognize this imbalance. You want to see us this anyway? Fine, go ahead. Who cares? Because in the end, I'll be free to go move on to something that might actually work out for me, as opposed to getting trapped in this cycle where I'm constantly having to go in and do all the work and end up out in the cold. So, Pisces, I'm going to stop lecturing you. I'm going to leave you alone. You have a lot to think about for 2024. You do have some choices to make. You're in a space of growth and change. You're in a space where you're making new decisions. Be wise in how you move forward. Make sure it's balanced. Make sure that it's something that's going to leave you where you want to be. Balance out that Empress energy. You need that Emperor energy to come in and create that structure. You need that systems. You need to be able to figure out how to make wise choices for where you invest your time and energy and your money and the connections you make, okay? All right, that's going to be it for you, Pisces. If you would like some coaching help to help you figure out what some of these shadows are, what some of these issues are, these barriers, these boundaries, the things that you're struggling with, I have the link in the description for my services. You can work with me. I'll work with you and we'll figure this out. If you are looking for a personal 2024 reading to get into the nitty gritty of all the things that will be coming up for you next year, you can also book some time with me. And that'll be it. I'll see you later. I love you. Bye.